I'm checking what row I'm on to on this because I haven't done any of it today. It's on A Pearl 2. Hello everyone, Sheila back again. Welcome to my channel. Again, I've been another day in my garden. This is the first chance I've had to sit down. Well, to sit down and do any knitting. I started in the garden about 10:30 this morning. Went into the front garden, done my hedge in the front garden because it really needed cutting, and was going to do the one in the back, but there was that many other things. I'll leave that for another day. But I'll show you some of the things I've been doing in my garden. Let you see what it's starting to look like. It's still a lot of things need doing, but I'll just let you see what I have been doing, and it's starting to look a little bit tidier. And that's my hedge in the front, nice and tidy. A few flowers that's grown there, the peonies are lying down on the ground. Well, my garden's looking a lot tidier. Haven't finished everything I have to do, but as you can see, everything's grown well. Onions, carrots, leeks, peas, potatoes, more onions, beetroot. Just need to sort out all the weeds down here. I've been clearing them away from here. There's still some to go around where my compost bins are. And we had to cut away a lot of those prickly nettle things around the rhubarb. Because my granddaughter and her family were up this afternoon, a little bit helping the garden. They were on a bike ride, and the cycle path is just outside my garden. See, the rhubarbs all, there was a lot of flowers on, wanted pulling off, they were going to seed. So I need to sort all the weeds out here, but this is for another day. On that, my husband's old workplace, and sort out the, and then the hedge wants cutting. I've cut the one in the front, but I need to pull all the weeds out from underneath the hedge before I cut it, so it makes it easy to pick them up. And then there's a borders to do on the little patio there. You see the rhubarbs up on there, and the toys, the kids had them out playing all around the garden. And I've cleared every single weed out from the patio. That little patch down there to tackle next, after the weeds. Oh, my strawberries are growing well. I thought I had lost the one, that little one, but it started picking up. Don't know what was wrong with it. See, it's a beetroot. I'm not going to bother separating it because it'll just push, you know, as they grow, they just push each other out. So a few onions there. Potatoes are thriving. And I've put there's just some metal pole things I've put up and tied some string round for the peas. I'm not going to bother separating the carrots either, because they'll just when they're grown, they just push against each other. And there's the leeks. I might have to separate them when they get a bit bigger. And the rest of my onions. So that's my work for today, and I think it's quite enough. So that was what I've been doing in my garden. I went in about 10:30 this morning, and I think I was in till about 4:30. Usual breaks, you know, for tea, coffee, lunch, and then my granddaughter and Craig and the kids, two of the kids came up. They were on a bike ride, and the cycle path runs just along outside my garden. So they called in and a little bit help, you know, the kids. Cheryl noticed, I said to her, you know, when she's, oh, I need to get those flowers off me rhubarb, it's going to seed. So the kids were dashing in, and they thought it was great because I was showing them how to pull the sticks off and that, and they were helping doing that. And then Tommy, the 10-year-old, he noticed that I had been one of those little tools, you know, for going between the paving and on your patio for getting the weeds out. You saw that on my patio, noticed, because I had a lot of weeds lying about on the patio. I hadn't swept them all up yet. So he was straight over there with that, pulling some of the weeds out. And that's what he liked doing the last time they were up there, the weeds out of the patio. But that was just a little while, and then I carried on doing other things. And you know, I really do enjoy it when I go out in the garden, especially when it's lovely weather like what we are having. The only problem is I forget that my body's 80 years old, not 30 years old. I'd love to be able to do what I did when I was younger. I would spend all day, my whole garden, before the large patio that's there now, that used to be all soil. And we used to grow all vegetables there, and all around the bottom where I've already grown vegetables, and up where the compost bins and that, there was all soil and all that there. And I used to grow vegetables all around the garden. I had the large lawn that was there, but the small lawn wasn't there. All the way up that side and all along the bottom and on part of the other side was all for growing vegetables. But as my husband was, you know, his health didn't last all that time, and he started having problems with his lungs, his heart and his lungs and that. And we were actually in the middle of putting the large patio up at the time when he started really getting really ill, and I ended up having to finish it myself. But that was what we started doing, that patio, because I knew we couldn't do what we used to do. My husband couldn't do what he used to do, so we just had to get rid of some of the soil, and that was the best thing, was to put the patio over that side, but left just enough for growing things. And as the kids had left home as well, and that we didn't need to grow as much as we used to, but I used to enjoy myself then, and I used to be out in the garden in the good weather from early in the morning until late at night, until the sun went down. I wished I could still do that, but I can't. And my granddaughter has asked me, they are going on some walk tomorrow on some national park place, and she was asking me if I wanted to come with them. I was going, but I'm not so sure now. It's a lot of walking around after all I've been doing in the garden. I don't think I could walk around all day. I'll probably have to message and back and tell her I'm probably not going to go. Not to wait for me. But anyway, I've just sat down to do a little bit this knitting, and I'm glad I made myself a curry earlier on in the week. And I'm glad there was enough to put half of it in the freezer for another day, because that's what I'm doing for my tea. I've put it out and I've put it in the microwave to defrost it, and then I'll put it in the microwave to cook it after I've done this video. So I don't have to do any work for my tea, it's already made. I may just fry 1 or 2 more onions to go with it, because I do like some, I cook it with onions, but I fry them afterwards, so we get some chunky onions with the curry. That's probably all I've got to do. my tea's already made. So that's a little bit help. And I'm looking on seeing what stitches I've got to do. All pearl, yeah, that's it, pearl. So I'm just doing a little bit of this little cardigan while I'm sitting here. After I finish the video, I'll be going downstairs to put my tea in the microwave. But that's that. I'm nearly up to the armholes on that. And my other sweater, I've got as far as I need to go for to do the shaping for the neck, and I left that off last night. That was how far I got. So that's thing under there and there. So I have the instructions written in my book, so I'll have to have a look in the book and see how many stitches I need to hold in the centre, and then the shaping up the sides up to the shoulders. So that will not take very long. And I still have a little bit of the original neck, and that was where I finished, and I didn't have any of that left. So I know I've got a little bit left there as well. When I did the other front, that was too big. So I think I'm going to have enough to do the sleeves on that. And it's a good job I started this video when I did, because just as I was setting it up, I have my windows open, and this room is in the back of the house. And there's not just a cycle path outside my garden, there's some trees, and beyond the trees there's a train track. And there was a train going past, so I thought I'm glad I started the video before the train, because it would have been very noisy in here with the windows open. But that's just a little bit to let you see what I've been doing, how my garden's starting to look. But I still haven't finished digging over the front garden, what I was doing for. I was going to put some flowers and that in the front garden, but I think I'm going to have to buy some that's already potted, because mine, I don't know what's happened to them. I had them in the outhouse in my the propagator thing, but they just haven't come to anything. So I think I'm just going to buy some to put in the garden. So I have to finish digging the border in the front garden as well, and then sort all the pots I have in my back garden. I need to sort out all the weeds out of the compost that's still in the things, and put a little bit fresh compost in and some more flowers in there. And I think one of my flowers, it's called a verve, I think it's in one of the it's like a purple and white and pinkish colour, needs some of the flowers deadheading on it. And the young girl next door to me, she's been very busy in her garden today as well. When I was in the front garden doing my hedge, she asked me, she usually has people in doing her garden. I don't think she has a lawnmower. And she asked me if she could borrow my lawnmower, because her garden was really, the grass was quite high in her garden, it needs doing. And she's saying I can't afford to pay them. She had the same people coming in who I had in my garden. That fiddled me out of money. We were supposed to dig over the garden, and so I said to her, I says, you can have a lend, I'll lend you the lawnmower, but I says, what you want to do is instead of paying them to come into the garden, I says, that money you would have paid them, I says, buy yourself a good lawnmower. I says, you won't need them to come in. So anyway, she was going out and she came back later on, and when I was in my garden, and I went over, I says, do you want me to bring the lawnmower around for you? I finished my garden with it. And she says, oh, it's all right, Sheila. She says, I've been to my nana's today and she gave me a lawnmower. She says, I've got one off my nana. She says, I can keep it. Says, you've got a nana like my granddaughter Cheryl's got, haven't you? I says, I gave her my old lawnmower and bought a new one. So I was sick of her borrowing it and then having to go and get it back. She was laughing there. And then I also said to her when she was cutting it, I asked if she would like to borrow my hedge trimmer. because the hedge was originally in the garden. There didn't used to be a fence there. That's why there is a hedge, because I had a horrible neighbour at the time, and we had one of those rickety little fences. There was little, I don't know what they're made of, but they were tied together, little thin bits that were tied together with wire and that, and it just all collapsed, and there was no fence there at all. And they had dogs in their garden that were running into my garden, and we grew that hedge ourselves. I got some cuttings off somebody's hedge. It took quite a number of years, like, but we were trying to grow it at the time. But when that fence came down, the hedge was handy because it separated us from next door. And when that neighbour, that horrible neighbour, he was a neighbour from hell actually, when he left, there was another young woman in the house. And when I used to cut my side of the hedge, I used to go in her garden and I used to cut hers for her as well. And that's what I was telling to Vicky, that's the young girl next door now. I says, you know, I says, there didn't used to be a fence there. I says, but the council came and put a high fence in. I says, and now all the branches from my hedge goes through those gaps in the fence into hers next door, and they were really bad, and so I asked her if she wanted to borrow my hedge trimmer to cut it down, and she said, you'll have to tell me how to use it, I haven't got a clue. I says, just go up and down where the hedge is. I says, like that. I says, go up, you know, up over until you get all the bits of the hedge down. And she was busy clearing it, and I was working in the garden as well on the patio, and as she cleared a lot of the branches away, because there was an awful lot of it through, we could see each other through the fence, the gaps in the fence. We couldn't before because of the hedge. So I said to her, I says, you want a pair of secateurs, I says, every time when you're in the garden, if you see a little bit of the fence starting to peep through them gaps, just cut it off, and it'll not get in the state it got in. Because I think last year she paid somebody a lot of money to cut it all down. I said, you can do it yourself. But she said she's never done things like that in the garden. She's always had somebody else to do it for her. But she said she really enjoyed what she was doing. I says, you know, it's amazing. I says, you don't realise how nice it is to do your own gardening. And that was my day today. So, thumbs up and subscribe, and I'll catch you all another time. So, bye for now.